With the Memorial Day weekend less than 2 weeks away, many people across Alabama are getting ready to hit the local waterways to celebrate the unofficial start of summer.
But that fun can turn to danger, maybe even death, for those who decide to drink while boating. Jeff Sanders investigates in this Alabama News Network Extra. Boaters beware.
Each year, thousands of boaters fill Alabama's lakes and rivers. The vast majority of those people will enjoy themselves without ever having any trouble. But all it takes is one wrong choice to tragically change lives forever. It's a typical day on Lake Martin. The sun is shining. The water is warm. Fun seekers are soaking up all the excitement the lake has to offer. But beyond the simple joy of being on the water lies a deadly danger.
My mother was tragically injured in a boating accident that was caused by a drunk driver. He cost the lives of two very important people.
Kenneth Smith's mother, Sue Tatum, was one of two people killed, including her uncle, when a boat operated by a drunk driver ran them over while they were swimming on a summer night in 2008 on Lake Martin.
My uncle, he sustained an arm injury, and the cut was so bad that, he bled. My mom, she had a very large gash on her head.
While Smith's uncle died on the scene, her mother, Sue, was rushed to the hospital with a serious head injury. For the next 6 months, she underwent several brain operations, but never regained consciousness.
We prayed and prayed just for a miracle, and it would have taken a miracle. And we all know that God can perform miracles. He does every day. But that just wasn't His will. It wasn't His will for her to live.
The driver of the boat, 22-year-old Patrick Cumbie, was arrested and charged with homicide by vessel. He eventually reached a plea deal and served 1 year in jail. At the time of the accident, authorities say his blood alcohol level was almost 2.5 times the legal limit.
We have a big problem on Lake Martin with people boating under the influence.
Sergeant Steve Fuller is with the Alabama Marine Police.
And Lake Martin is like every other body of water. People flock there when the temperatures rise to have a good time. And most people feel that alcohol is a key factor in having a good time.
A good time. It's what so many look for when getting behind the wheel of a boat or a personal watercraft. And safety isn't always a top priority. With only 2 officers to patrol this entire 44,000-acre lake, Marine Police make sure they concentrate their patrols on the areas that see the most boaters, such as the popular destination of Chimney Rock, where after a full day of floating, boating, and drinking, the potential for danger can be high.
Whenever you put alcohol into the human body, it has several effects. One is impairs the judgment. People don't think clearly. Their reaction time slows down, and if they encounter another boat on the water, it cause or lead to an accident.
Fuller says he and his partner make an average of 25 boating under the influence arrests each year. But he says that pales in comparison with the actual number of impaired boaters he knows are on the lake. Fuller says boating should be treated just like driving. Always make sure you have a designated driver.
We're going to have a zero tolerance boating on Lake Martin under the influence of alcohol.
For Kenneth Smith, the passage of time has helped ease the loss of her mother and uncle. But the pain will always be there. But she says her faith has helped her make it through and eventually forgive the man who took their lives.
He did not intentionally set out to hurt two people or to kill them or to take them away from us. It was a very, very horrible accident.
But Smith hopes what happened to her family will serve as a warning to anyone who even thinks about drinking while boating.
The lake is such a laid-back atmosphere where, you can just kind of kick back and relax and have a good time. But you also need to remember that when you are the driver of this vessel, that you are responsible, ultimately.
Since the deaths of Kenneth Smith's mom and uncle, the Alabama legislature has toughened the penalties for someone who causes a death while boating under the influence. And authorities hope it's a stern warning to make boaters beware.
Thank you very much, Jeff. If you would like to get more information about boating in Alabama, including some safety tips and boating courses, because after all, Lake Martin is getting more popular and more crowded, there is a website that can answer just about any of your questions. Just visit outdooralabama.com.